On my birthday, my father handed me a mysterious metal box. Curious, I reached inside. A mechanical bracelet suddenly snapped out and clamped tight around my wrist as black liquid dripped down my arm. My father calmly explained that once this bracelet was on, it could never be removed, but someday it would serve an important purpose. Before I could respond, he rushed out the door and I never saw him again. Years flew by. By 2067, I had grown into a man. Humanity was facing an unprecedented crisis. Extreme heat waves had swept across the globe. The oceans and forests were gone, and Earth's oxygen levels had dropped below 5%. Millions had died from suffocation. The survivors depended on synthetic oxygen to stay alive. But this artificial air was toxic. Long-term exposure caused severe respiratory disease. My wife was suffering from it. To cover her medical bills, I worked around the clock, but my paycheck was nowhere near enough. Just when I was at my wit's end, the world's largest synthetic oxygen company came to me. The woman in charge told me I might be the key to saving all of humanity. I was stunned and turned to leave, but she stopped me. I was then taken to a secret facility. The company had been developing a particle shuttle to communicate with the future. Recently, they received a message from 400 years ahead, specifically requesting me. They claimed only I could save mankind, but due to technical limitations, the shuttle could only travel one way. Once I left, there might be no coming back. I refused on the spot, but then she made me an offer. If I agreed to go, the company would provide my wife with free, high-quality oxygen for as long as she needed.
You have got to find the cure. You may be humanity's only chance. You may be your wife's only chance.
My wife gave her blessing, so I decided to take the risk. I put on a spacesuit and stepped into the time machine. Moments later, I was sent 400 years into the future. When I opened my eyes again, I found myself in a lush, thriving forest. But for miles around, there was no sign of any living creature. Following my AI assistant's guidance, I arrived at an abandoned research facility and found a weathered skeleton. To my shock, the name on the dead man's clothes was identical to mine. An AI assistant lying on the ground was also engraved with Ethan. To uncover the truth, I played the last message stored inside. The recording began with a heated argument, then ended with a gunshot. Had I been here before and been killed by someone I knew? But since arriving, I hadn't seen any sign of life. How could I have been murdered here? Night fell. I lit a fire and picked some wild berries to eat. Within minutes, I started feeling dizzy and began vomiting. Just then, a figure rushed toward me and without a word, plunged a syringe into my chest. When I regained consciousness, my friend was standing right in front of me. He told me those berries were highly poisonous. Headquarters had detected a spike in toxins in my blood and sent him through time to save me. Once I recovered, we continued searching for clues. Following the AI assistant's directions, we soon found another facility entrance. Suddenly, a device appeared and scanned my eyes. The door swung open. Inside, we approached the computer and pressed the power button. A sharp pain shot through my wrist as the bracelet's light turned green. The long-abandoned facility hummed back to life. What we saw next left us speechless. This was the same lab we had traveled from 400 years ago. I played the archive video once more, and finally, I saw the truth.